Hey there, y'all. I'm Juliette Miranda, and you are watching Bourbon Soaked Live, the best place to be on a Monday night for cocktails and conversation. Hanging out with me behind the scenes and pressing all of our buttons would be David, the producer.
What's happening?
How is it going, my handsome producer man?
It's going awesome because tonight we get to do nothing but bitch about shit.
I know. I'm stupid excited about this. There's just something satisfying about venting about all this obnoxious shit.
All this obnoxious shit?
All of it.
Well, there's lots of it to cover.
We have a lot to go over. And tonight, as David said, we are talking about gripes, grievances, and all of the little shit that just makes us nuts. So what y'all have to do is make sure you hang out in our chat. Now, I know some of you are watching us on Facebook tonight, and I hate to break it to y'all, but the fun is over here on YouTube. I can't see your comments live on Facebook, so come on over here to the YouTubes. Join our chat. We already have a great crew of people hanging out with us tonight. I see that Guardian of Chaos has brought a bunch of friends with him, and for that I say cheers to you, sir. I saw Dr. Fish and his gang is here as well, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Let's see, who else do we have rolling around in here? Ooh, Container Man is here. Yay, haven't seen you in a while. And of course, our favorite friend Jerry is hanging out, and he's got a lot of gripes tonight, I am sure. Who else have we got here?
We have Guardian of Chaos, and I believe it's his brother.
Well, that is awesome to know.
Right, and we got Patrick Fulmer.
Oh, hey, Patrick. How's it going tonight? Let's see. I see Joshua Park.
Yep. I think, we
Cyber Pimp is here. Conqueror is here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go.
Well, all right, y'all. So make sure you make your presence known. Jump in the chat and say hello. And while you are at it, you know what I'm going to say. Like the fucking channel.
And subscribe if you want to.
Subscribe. It's not hard. It's just a little thumbs up down there. And I swear to God, y'all, pressing that button, one, it doesn't hurt. Two, it actually helps things. There's this miraculous little YouTube algorithm that nobody can figure out. But I'll tell you, that thumbs up does make a difference.
Yes, and subscribing does help the channel, always.
Oh, and I see that our friend Billy D's here is as... Our friend Billy D's is here as well.
Use your words. Use your words.
Fucking words. Now, speaking of words, I have a few to say about this bourbon that I'm drinking here. Our bourbon of the week comes from Chestnut Farms. It is their straight, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And here's the thing about this bourbon. I had hoped that they were an independent small batch distillery. They're not. They're sourcing this stuff out of Barton, 1792. But don't let that turn you off because it's really good. Now, it's the classic Barton formula, so it's got a little bit of a high rye thing going on here with the malted barley finishing, but it's got extra years on it. So this clocks in at 6 years, and it's really, really good. Now, no surprises here. It's got that high rye spice to it, so you get a little bit of that cinnamon punch, but you get the vanilla, all of those classic flavors. It's super, super easy to drink. What do you think, David, the producer?
I think it's pretty awesome. For the price point, which is, did you mention the price?
It is $50.
Yeah, it's, I really dig it. I do.
I feel like that $50 price tag is just a little bit high. I would rather see this price down maybe around $40, but thinking that, this is, a couple extra years in a barrel, I'm not going to complain.
And you're cheap.
I am not. You saw my recent bout of purchases on the internet.
Oh my God, yes, I did. Yeah, and that's one of my gripes. I'll get to it later. Hey, we got a couple more people in here.
I see that. I see that Jimmy C. and Friends has joined us, as well as Bill Trudell. And of course, Blended Whiskey. So
Blended Whiskey. Good to see you, buddy.
Great to have you.
And Jimmy
here.
C, of course.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Jerry. Jerry's already coming in with bitches. There's a lot of gripes already that we have to cover here. So do you want me to get to them?
Well, before we get to that, I want to tell everybody about that little thing called #BourbonSoakLive.
Sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Do it. Hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live is our little getting to know you routine. All you have to do is snap a photo of yourself watching the show, or I don't know, whatever it is you're drinking. No dick pics though. Post them to the Twitters using hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live, and we will feature you on the show. Make sure you let us know in the chat if there's something up there that we should get to, because that's the only way we're going to know right now. So that's how I want to see you, because y'all can see us already. Well, not David, the producer, but
No,
he prefers it that way.
I like it that way.
It's sort of some sort of undercover program or witness protection program or something.
Yes, and Jerry already says, there's a gripe, no dick pics.
Jerry, are you sad that I'm not accepting dick pics? Because nobody wants a fucking dick pic. Seriously, y'all. We've had this conversation before. Dicks are weird.
They look like turkey necks.
Well, they look like turtles.
Well, I hope mine doesn't look like a turtle.
I'm not saying yours does. I'm just saying in general.
Mine doesn't come with a hard shell.
The little thing poking out. Look at it. I mean, it's just
Little?
You know what I mean. It's like, boop, here I am.
It comes out when it wants to.
Apparently, you have several of Jerry's dick pics.
I do. I do. Dick Clark, Dick Nixon, all the big ones.
Now, what inspired today's topic was actually an incident that I had at the gym. And this is completely stupid, and this is just how obnoxious I am, but I have a preferred treadmill. And anybody who goes to the gym, I'm guessing you know what I'm talking about. It's that one machine that you like. It's the one that you know how to use. It's positioned just right. It's always working. It's got all the right features. And I love this thing. And it's in this perfectly dark corner of my gym. My gym is like 100 million years old. It's just crumbling and dark. And this corner is just right. I'm kind of isolated back there. I don't have to look at anybody else. It's awesome.
You can't reserve it?
No.
And someone was using it.
And some jackass old dude, he was like 80 years old, was on my fucking treadmill. And I was so enraged. I actually wanted to go over there and rip him off of the thing. Like he had a towel around his neck, and I just was thinking the whole time about wrapping it around his neck and strangling him.
Well, he's 80 years old. I mean, it wouldn't have been a tough fight. You could have just, took him down.
I could have, and maybe I should have. I don't know, but I was really upset about this. I had to go use some stupid treadmill on the other side of the gym, and it was fine. It worked, but it wasn't the same.
Jerry says, you have a lot of rules for doing a mundane thing like walking.
I wasn't walking, Jerry. I was walking quickly, and I was doing it uphill, so fuck off.
We call it scooting.
I don't do the mom scoot. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like the arms and everything and the butt twitching.
Ugh.
Yeah, the mom shuffle. No, I don't do that. I
By
have
the-
some pride.
I do know this. We have our first gripe, if you'd like to hear it.
Bring it on.
It's right here. Can I complain about the Texas power grid?
And that's coming from Lone Star Beer Reviews. Woo, yeah.
Not good to be a Texan this week.
Yeah, them's fighting words.
That's pretty brutal.
We were lucky here in New Orleans. We didn't lose power. I mean, it was fucking cold, but nowhere near.
Cold as hell. It was in the 30s.
I know, which coming from Chicago should feel warm to us, but somehow doesn't.
Nope, not anymore. Already got the thin blood. Patrick Fulmer has something here. Nobody dims their headlights anymore.
Was that ever really a thing? When did that go out of fashion?
I don't know.
I feel like that urban legend about the gang thing, the gang initiation.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You're driving down a road, and the first person to dim or flash their headlights, they get hit. I think that might have kind of eliminated that from our driving courtesies.
I don't know, but people need to do it, especially with the halogen lights now. I mean, they're blaring in people's eyes.
Yeah, I gotta say, here's the thing. I appreciate things like dimming your headlights or, like the wave when you let somebody in. But quite honestly, I would far rather somebody just drives like a decent human being.
No, good point.
Like, keep your hands on the fucking wheel and don't hit my car because y'all, here on the 10, it's fucking madness.
Oof. It's like the Indy 500.
It really
Only
is.
add alcohol and hillbillies.
It's terrifying. I mean, truly, the only thing that people die of more in New Orleans is probably alcoholism.
Well, they say, what was that thing that we heard the other night?
In Louisiana, cirrhosis of the liver is considered dying of natural causes.
Yes, exactly right.
Yes.
Hey, Container Man he only has 2 gripes. Here they are.
All right, what are they?
Oh, can you read it?
I can't see them. You've got the chat stuck in place.
It says,
here.
I only have 2 gripes, masks and people.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of have to agree with you on both accounts. We and this place has both of them. We were on a vacation in Disney World, and we pretty much had to wear masks 24 hours a day there. And the second you walk out of your hotel room, you got to put that fucking thing on. And then walking through the parks, walking between the parks, anywhere on Disney grounds, you had to have that thing on.
Yep. And they were, the mouse Nazis were out.
They really were. I mean, they weren't aggressive, but you couldn't even walk and drink at the same time. You had to be stationary, remove your mask, and then drink or eat or do whatever you were going to do. And then the second you're mobile, you got to put that thing on again.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we were more exhausted at the end of the day. You've got that thing on, you're breathing in your own oxygen half the time. And I don't know if there's any science behind this or not, but oh my God, I was just beat.
No doubt.
And there were people, so many people.
Hey, and Jerry says, I drove down Enola and the traffic was very light. It's like a small town. It can be for the most part.
It depends on where you
believe
go.
me, it's not like Chicago or Philly where you're from. So yeah, it's nothing like that. But if you hit it at the right time, like between 3:30 and 5 on the I-10, I tell you, people are maniacs.
Oh, every day the 10 is shut down for at least an hour because somebody has died.
That's right.
And I'm not exaggerating.
No, it happens all the time. And Guardian of the Chaos Big Daddy, which is different than Guardian of Chaos, of course, says, you're right, Guardian of Chaos, about Juliette. Wow. Lucky Mr. David.
Aww.
See? Wow.
Aren't
Look at you.
sweet?
Hey, Bashful of the Roundtable's here, too.
Oh, well, hello, Bashful, who says you get a ticket in Tennessee for not dimming your lights. I had no idea.
Oh, my God.
Well, we're going to have to remember that.
That's a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's so funny. We were talking about this the other day. We were curious what it takes. We were curious about the DUIs in Tennessee, or not Tennessee, in Louisiana. And whether or not they're as aggressive about handing them out here. And
they're not.
no. I mean, in Illinois, if you get a DUI, your very first one is considered a felony. Here, I think you have to go up to your third one before it's considered a felony.
Third one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first 2 are misdemeanors.
Misdemeanors.
And the fines are between $250 to $750.
And I'm not diminishing like what kind of asshole you have to be to get in your car after having a couple of cocktails. I'm just saying Louisiana is pretty liberal about it.
Yep. We had our first shooting in a gun store this week.
We did. We had a shooting in a gun store.
Hey, it's a gun store. There's people, there's guns, there's bullets. Guess what happened?
Oh, and it was the stupidest thing, too. I mean, it was a guy coming out from the shooting range, and they wanted him to, take the clip out of his gun? Was that it?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have the clip in your gun. You're not supposed to be loaded in the store area, only in the range. And
this dummy refused to do it. So they're like, well, you're going to have to leave. And he's like, fuck you. So he pulls out his gun, points it at the guy, fires a warning shot. Well, everybody else in the gun store now takes out their guns. And they're all like, bam, bam, bam.
It was like the OK Corral.
It really was. It was like the shootout at the OK Corral. Although speaking of illegal activities,
Oh, yes.
David, the producer, is Batman.
What? What happened?
You're Batman.
How am I Batman?
You saved a girl from having her purse stolen.
Oh, I wouldn't consider that Batman.
You are
I consider
Batman.
that a good citizen.
So something that drives me nuts about the French Quarter right now is how fucking sketchy it is after dark. It's never been this bad before, but because we have so few people out on the streets right now, our underworld is particularly more aggressive these days. So I go out there, I'm armed to the teeth. You kind of have to be.
Right.
So David, the producer, was walking a friend of ours home, and on the way back, what was it, 2 tourists who were walking around?
Yeah, 2 kind of younger Latino girls. Yeah.
And then what the one do? She kind of shrieked or something because there was a guy
She was
creeping up.
across the street from me. I was walking on the right-hand side on the sidewalk. She was walking on the left-hand side down Royal. And I heard a scream. She was just kitty corner from me. And then all I had to do was yell at the guy. I don't even have to do anything. I mean, I really did next to nothing.
Well, that's just it. You didn't have to do anything, but you
Right.
did. And you yelled at the guy and he went off running.
Yeah, he was a really young,
I know. He was a
white
criminal in
kid.
training.
Yeah.
He was a baby criminal.
Well, he just tried getting her purse. That's all.
Yeah. And that's not going to fly.
Nope.
So, well, you made him think twice about it. That's good.
I'll take that bet. I'd rather have Superman though, if you don't mind. I like
You want to be
capes.
Superman?
I like capes with red.
I did not know you liked capes.
I do.
Oh, we're getting David, the producer, a cape.
I'm in.
I love it. Jerry says, you're describing Tuesday night in Chicago.
How about any day that ends with Y in Chicago?
That's another thing that pisses me off is what a shit show Chicago has turned into. It's a beautiful fucking city, and that mayor is just ruining it.
It's not good. It's matter of
it's
fact,
bad.
I'd like to call it ungood.
Bill Trudell calls it the Chicago way.
Very true.
No, the Chicago way is family helping family. I mean, nepotism is the Chicago way.
Right.
That and vote early, vote often. But.
Yes. Guardian of Chaos says David walks softly but carries a big stick. That's attached. I have nothing to do with that.
So back on the subject here of gripes, I want to know what yours are, people. So I talked about my annoyance with treadmills being taken by people other than me. But what else kind of gets you going? What are the things in your day that just really irk the fuck out of you?
Can I start, please?
Please do.
Please. When your wife spends an exorbitant amount of money on pots and pans.
I'm sorry, is this me that you're talking about?
I'm just talking in generalities.
Oh, this is just a general conversation about pots and pans.
I'm sure that other people in the chat can, relate that when a wife spends damn near as much as a car payment on pots and pans.
I guess you just don't want me to cook you dinner then. Fine, I won't.
I'll order out. We live in a food city. Don't make that. Don't do that. That's not going to help
You're
either
just going to
of us.
live on gumbo and po' boys for the rest of your life?
I will, and I'll be 500 pounds. I'll be the size of a gator by next year.
Yeah, good luck with that. Meanwhile, I'll be on whatever treadmill I can find, just happily using my new saute pan. So Guardian of Chaos says his gripes are loud talkers and close talkers.
Oh, I hate close talkers.
That's
Loud
the
talkers are a
worst.
pain in the ass too.
It depends on where you are.
Right.
Like what I hate is when we're in one of our favorite bars and we're with someone, whether, we know them or just a casual acquaintance, and they're just so loud, like too loud for the room. Yeah.
Even though you're in a bar and it's typically louder in a bar, but they can't judge how loud it is in the room.
Exactly.
And they'll start yelling at you. You know what's worse than a loud talker and a close talker? A loud close talker.
And then when you can smell what they've eaten.
Oh my God.
I don't need that.
I can smell what his dead, smells like. I'm that close.
Ew.
Oh, did I go too far?
Yeah, you took that to a really creepy place.
Well, welcome to my world.
Yeah, Bill Trudell agrees and says close talkers with halitosis. And yes, that is foul.
Meet my friend Hal. Halitosis.
Jerry says, my gripe, paper fucking straws.
Yes.
Here, Jerry. That's the only kind of straw you can get in Disney World. And it annoyed the piss out of me. Every time they'd stick one of those things in my drink, I thought of you and I'd throw it on the floor.
Yeah. Jimmy C says, by the way, if she can cook and actually uses them, I'd be okay with it. And yes, Jimmy, Juliette can cook. She's actually a really, really good cook. But if you happen to see these pans, just look for the emeralds on the corners of them.
And I got top quality pans.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, I didn't know pans were so expensive.
They're good pans.
Good pans you can get at Zayre.
If we're going to talk about spouses spending lots of money,
boy.
I have just a very general thing that I wanted to it came to my brain out of nowhere.
This could be a long night.
Going into one of those, like a little store, it's like a leather store, say, where they sell handmade leather products.
Oh boy.
And somebody walking out with how many pairs of shoes was it?
3.
3 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, but you know what? I needed them.
I needed those.
I was
pants.
barefoot.
You were not barefoot.
I was barefoot, destitute. I needed shoes.
You had $1 in your pocket. You were fine.
I wasn't going to get picked up for vagrancy, but
no, you were with me.
Right.
So somebody got some fancy shoes. Now I see Container Man has a gripe, and I'm right here with him. A single person driving in their own car by themselves, but still wearing a freaking mask with the windows up.
I still don't understand that.
What are they afraid that somebody or some sort of, I don't know, pathogen virus perhaps is sitting in the back seat and ready to mug their lungs? That's not how this works.
Bashful of the Round Table says they last a lifetime, meaning the pots and pans. Good investment. Hey, Bashful, suck it. I thought you were on my side.
Thank you, Bashful.
Yeah, what happened?
See, Bill Trudell says you want to buy them once or you've got cheap shit forever.
I guess that's kind of like picking out a wife.
Well, hello. We've got some new people joining us. I see that Malted in Montreal, Mr. Swami has joined us, as well as Carrie Ann Company. Cheers to you. Thanks for joining us.
I love his gripe. Paper straws and plastic wrapping.
Oh, and Whiskey Crusader Will is here, and he says, corks that break off in my whiskey bottle.
That's a gripe.
Oh, that's just so annoying.
You know what? It happens. It happens a lot more in wine because you get the dry cork with wine, and that's actually kind of a common, or can be a common thing. But in whiskey, it's such a rarity when that happens. But when it does,
what annoys me?
I want to shoot the bottle at 30 paces.
Right? I hate all the wrapping that they put on whiskey bottles. I mean, you've got that shrink wrap on it, and then you've got it coated in 12 inches of wax. You've got to gnaw your way through it like an angry beaver. It's unnecessary.
Yeah. If it takes me 20 minutes to get into your bottle of bourbon, then go suck it. I don't want your bottle of bourbon.
I know. I mean, Maker's Mark, y'all, you're fine, but come on. Somebody needs a little bit of quality control on those wax seals.
Right?
Jesus, people.
And I just saw something. You see Patrick Fomer up there? When you see an acquaintance and speak, but then they won't let you go.
Ned Ryerson?
Right.
Yes.
Am I right?
Right. It's funny. I've actually gotten more accustomed to that. I used to get it just annoyed beyond belief when anybody would speak to me in public. I mean, it was
you're a misanthrope.
I mean, if a store clerk had the audacity to ask me how my day is, I would be just as rude as can be because I don't want to be bothered. But now here, it's like everybody we've met is just so friendly, and it's just commonplace here in the South to spend 10, 15 minutes chatting with whoever it is in line with you or at the bar or whatever. I've kind of had to reevaluate my misanthropy.
Guardian Chaos Big Daddy says, my gripe is dudes that do a shot and leave spittle in the shot glass.
Yeah.
Just happened in front of me.
Bad form.
Yeah.
Bad form. If you're going to take a shot, you do the shot.
That's right. And by the way, Swami, David spends tons on ugly Andrew Dice Clay jackets.
You have an Andrew Dice Clay jacket?
Do I?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if I have Andrew Dice Clay jackets. Well, I have
what you
a
need
lot
to
of
do is
costume
work the
jackets.
cigarette thing.
Yeah. By the way, Carrie Ann Company's here.
Well, hello. Nice to
Great
see you
to
here
see you.
tonight. Now, here's something that we've kind of sort of touched on a little bit, but poor customer service. And I have an example of this. I appreciate that New Orleans has some rules about how many people can enter a store at any given time. I get that. I'll play by the rules. However, they need to be managed well by the people running the store. And you don't yell at somebody 2 seconds after they've walked in the door to get on the sidewalk.
What?
Yeah, that's when I tried to go into that Bath and Body store.
Oh, yeah.
That cunt was all like, you need to leave the store. And I'm staring at her going, what? Did I do something wrong? And I'm checking my face to make sure I'm wearing a mask. You know, I wasn't pointing a gun at her or something like that. And
But next time.
But next time. It was because there were 10 people in the store and it was at max capacity. And I'm like, all right, well, fine. I'm going to go spend my money at Sephora now. Fuck you very much. If I were this store, what I would do is set aside a little area outside the entrance and give people samples of shit. That's what they do in the store.
You keep them there.
Yeah, you keep them there. You don't send them back out onto the sidewalk.
Right, especially in a tourist town.
Yeah, dumb bitch.
Bashful of the Round Table says, I am never on the man side. Are you new, David? Yes, I am. I should have known better.
Could you scroll down in the chat for me, my handsome producer?
I am doing that. I'm just trying to get to this whole bunch. Okay, there we go. There we are.
Jerry asks, am I the only one who's pissed about the constant talk in the world? Jerry, I can't use the word because the last time I said that word allowed you to shut me down. So yes, I am completely with you on that one.
Yeah. No, what you can say is, am I the only one who's pissed about the constant Rona talk in the world?
Yeah, exactly. I'm over it.
Right? I know. And by the way, cases are down 70%.
Here in New Orleans, I think our average case count is 30 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's next to nothing.
Exactly. So that's all good news.
Either we hit herd immunity or that
or maybe it's not as horrible as we all thought. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm still gonna take that shot though. But I'm hoping it comes with a side of like methadone or something.
If you develop superpowers or something after this.
Right?
Billy D's podcast says, when driving, the person in front of you goes slow enough to make you catch the red light, but they speed up at the last minute and they make it through. Oh, I know. Don't you just wish that person the worst in the world? It's so frustrating because it's like they personally fucked you over.
Right? Oh, Bashful has a good one. People that repeat themselves over and over make my head hurt.
Do people that repeat themselves over and over make your head hurt? Like over and over?
When people talk about things over and over? She's totally going to hate us.
We love you, Bashful. I should be nice. You were totally on my side. I was just being an asshole. But
nothing new. Hey, Elder's here, by the way.
Hey now. Yeah. Hi, Elder. Elder, it's nice to see you. So what about stuff around the house? What is it that bugs you? For me, it's when I'm in the shower and I realize that I have used all of the hot water. Like you're like showering, you're enjoying it, you're taking your time, you've got like a face mask on, you're shaving, and all of a sudden the hot water is just gone.
There's only one thing I hate more than that.
What's that?
And that's after you do that, then I get in the shower next.
You should know better than to get in the shower after me.
And then I walk into a cold shower and I get shrinkage.
Is that why you're so grumpy after you shower?
Sometimes. It's like a mad dash to see who can get into the goddamn shower first.
I have a lot to do in the shower, and believe me, it's not easy being me, y'all.
I know. It's like landing the Mars rover in there. I don't know what the fuck you do in there.
Well, one, I am a lady, so I have procedures. I have to shampoo, and then I have to do a conditioning mask, and then I am completely hairless. So,
well, yeah, I don't even want to
use your words.
I don't even know how to follow that up. I was going to say me too, but
No, we all have our things. But yes, I hate losing the hot water. That just ruins everything that's been happening up to that point.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah. Especially when I go in second. I'm just saying it again.
I know. I'll let you go.
And Container Man says, and then someone flushes the toilet.
Or what happens on occasion is one of us will start the laundry machine, the washing machine, while the other's in the shower. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. That's never a good thing.
And Elder asks, do you put that blue shit on your face?
Well, I don't know what blue shit you're referring to. Smurf cum? No.
Nope.
What I do is put mud masks on. Yes. And that's entirely different.
Exactly. They're only different because, again, that's they cost as much as the pants. Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy says, I like the hairless thing. Yes.
It's the only way to fly as far as I'm concerned.
Smooth landing.
So Elder has some gripes. Let's see. When people comment on my dog in the car when the AC is on full blast. So is that when you have your dog in the car and you're driving, or it's parked? I'm a little confused.
Oh, it's probably when it's parked.
I would guess. That's like the latest form of social unrest, is people seeing animals in cars or kids in cars and freaking the fuck out and calling the police on some poor fool who just spent like 30 seconds to, run in and buy cigarettes or alcohol or something.
Right.
They're coming back to the car. They didn't abandon anybody. And if, the windows are cracked, what's going to happen?
Yeah, Elder said park car. Yes. Yeah. Well, here's the problem with that, though, and this is the only thing I'll say about that, is while they can hear your car running, they don't necessarily know inside of that car that you have the AC on and there's a dog with the windows rolled up.
You assess the situation. People overreact to everything. So they just say,
true.
Dog in car.
I wouldn't go breaking his window to try to save the dog.
I mean, does the dog look like it's dying? Is it laying on the, seat with its tongue hanging out? No, it's sitting there looking at you going, hey, buddy, what's going on? It's fine.
I used to do the same thing with my kids.
My mother used to leave me alone in the car. I mean, that was just the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but she put a sign around your neck at the same time.
Yeah, I know. My mother said free.
Keys under the seat.
Yeah, exactly. Please take her. Let's see. We've got some stuff going on in the chat here. Bashful says, if I come home and my house is not spotless, I am instantly in a bad mood. That seems a little militant.
Well, let me ask this, and I don't know this of you, Bashful, so I apologize. I don't know if you have a significant other, because I haven't heard you talk about a significant other in other, panels and stuff that I've done with you. So if you have one, I get that. If you don't have one, your own fucking fault.
See, the messy house thing doesn't really bug me. Like, I know my friends get all up in arms, like if there's dirty dishes in the sink or if their guy leaves socks on the floor or something. I just don't care.
Well, you know me, I am OCD when it comes to that stuff, but I don't get upset or angry at it.
No, you're not weird about it.
I just do it.
You just do it. Yeah, right. Or we just do it together. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, come on now.
Wait, hold on. I had something in my throat.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Sorry.
Why do you hate? When did David the producer stop loving me?
Never.
My thing is just having the bed made. Like if we go away on vacation or on a trip or something, I hate coming home and finding an unmade bed.
Or anytime an unmade bed.
Yeah, like I
think it's a little lazy.
It's not just lazy. There's just a coziness to it. Like I hate an unmade bed, even in a hotel room. It just makes me feel like an animal. I don't know.
Jerry says a house should look lived in. What do you live in, a hovel, Jerry? Jesus.
Jerry has, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Jerry has a point. I find houses that look too sterile.
Like a museum.
Yeah, a little terrifying, intimidating. We had friends like that back in Chicago who had a set of rules about what you could and could not do in their home because they were so pristine about everything, and it made me insane. Sometimes I have crumbs. Occasionally my glass, through no fault of my own, has condensation on it.
Well, that's different.
And you would be afraid to leave a ring on their coffee table because you get yelled at.
And Bashful says, I am divorced. I have dogs. Dogs are like kids. They're just going to mess shit up. I totally get it. Okay. Jerry says 2 socks on the floor make a hovel. No, it depends if those socks smell.
Well, yeah, nobody likes smelly socks on the floor. Hey, I see that Larry has joined us.
Hey, Larry.
Our friend Larry actually came to visit us. What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, a couple weeks, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Larry and David are old friends, and he came out to visit us for a night en route to another destination. And it was a blast.
And tell him what he brought.
Oh, y'all. So I wanted to talk about it. Larry brought me a bottle of Texas Bourbon, and that's the name of it, Texas Bourbon. And I wanted to talk about it. The only problem is we had friends over from Mardi Gras.
And drank it.
And we drank it all. So needless to say, Larry, it was excellent. We had a ton of fun drinking it. And it was the barrel proof version, which is always my preference in anything because you really taste the bourbon that way. So good choice from you, Larry. Thank you.
Yep. The Bahana, do you see what he said? He or she, I don't know the Bahana if it's
I'm an animal every day. Why make a bed when I'm going to mess it up again the next night? Apparently you are an animal. Have at it.
Jerry asks, addition the sink makes a hovel. If you have all the shit on it, it makes the house stink.
Well, yeah. If you've got leftover curry sitting in your sink for 2 weeks, yes.
Then yes, even if it's one dish and it's filled with curry, yes. Hey, and OG Bricks 420's here. Awesome. Great to see you.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah. Oh, and Larry did say he wants more beignet and chicory coffee, please.
I don't blame him. It's good stuff.
He's
still on his road trip. Well, Bashful wants to know, how do you sleep in an unmade bed? Yeah, every time I see an unmade bed, I'm like, what just happened in here? Why is it unmade? Whose bed is this?
You're looking for, like a police drawing.
Yeah. I'm looking for a chalk outline.
You're looking for a chalk outline in the bed.
Or a black light.
Well, don't bring those to a hotel.
My notes need to be scrolled down over there, David, the producer. See, we have this little monitor down here, and I have all my little notes for the show written on it. So now David, the producer, is scrolling down, and aha!
Oh, what do you have?
Aging.
Aging?
Aging.
Is that a gripe for you?
Back pain? Foot pain? Yes. Gray hair?
I have a weak back. You know how long I've had it? A week back.
That's so funny, David, the producer.
It's an old bad joke. Aging does not bother me at all. That I don't care about birthdays.
You're right. It's not the aging part that bothers me. It's the disintegration of my body that goes along with it.
Yeah, that is kind of bothersome. When I wake up and, just actually one step out of bed and something snaps like a tree branch.
I know. There's a symphony of Rice Krispie sounds. I don't like that. It makes me sad.
I know. I do have a gripe with aging. I don't have a gripe with aging with any gray hair or anything, because I've already got, a little bit of white walls coming in here on the sides, right? And I'm not going to grease them down or do a hair color thing.
Yeah, guys.
But I understand how women do and should.
See, it's such an unbalanced thing because guys are allowed to age gracefully and they just do naturally. I think most men sort of have a better aging process than women do. Women just seem to look like, I don't know, I don't even know what happens, but it's not good. We just fall apart. Like gray hair on a woman, forgive me if you have it and you love it. I personally cannot stand it. I just think it looks haggish.
Yeah. Well, and tell your story.
Which one is that?
About gray hair.
Well, I started going gray when I was 20.
Right.
Which I blame my mother for.
This is coming from experience.
I know.
Isn't judging other people for something you don't have.
No, it's not. If I did not color my hair, it would be entirely gray right now, and I'm not okay with that.
Right.
I just refuse. I will refuse until the day I die. I'm pretty confident. However, what I do not think I'm going to give into is Botox.
We were just talking about Botox with another couple that actually does it. And they both look very natural. But one of them gets it more than the other does, the couple. Like the guy gets it once every... what was it?
I think he said like every 6 months or something like that.
6 months.
Yeah.
And the wife got it every 3 months.
Ish.
Right.
Yeah.
And it both look natural.
Well, they both look incredible, but my concern with my
I didn't see any bee stings or any weird shit.
No, like a lot of women, if they do it too much or if they don't get it done well, you get that weird plastic look.
Right.
With the big goofy lips and everything. It just doesn't look natural. And as much as, I would like to continue to, not dye my hair, it's not an option. So one part of me, is very pro-natural and the other part is very anti. So I'm just a big old mess.
Right. No. And Container Man says here, I've seen a few gray-haired women that I wouldn't mind shagging. I want examples, or I want a name, or tell me someone famous that you think that has a woman with gray hair that you would bang. Yeah,
I'm curious. I don't think I've ever... I've seen some salon photos of women who've had their gray hair, shaded a little bit or just, added some low lights to it or something. And I thought it looked nice, but it certainly wasn't something that I was blown away by.
Every time I see a woman with gray hair, I want to hand her a shawl and a bowl of soup.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of bowls of soup.
Really? You have a segue to bowls of soup?
Yes, and it has to do with our freezer. I freeze stock, and our freezer is so small that the stock, like when it freezes, it expands.
Yeah.
And I can't pull it out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's a gripe. Your life is so hard you can't get stock out of a freezer.
Break out the fucking violin, y'all. My
fucking
life
gripe?
is a misery.
Oh my God. I am gonna end this stream on principle.
I like it's just running through my head now, everything I've talked about. And I sound like the worst of every privileged bitch on this planet. I was bitching about
shit.
I can't get a good treadmill. You hate the fact that I spent too much money on pots and pans. Then they wouldn't let me in the bath store that I wanted to go on. And now I'm pissed off because my freezer's too small. Wow, y'all. I don't blame you if you hate me.
You know what?
Right now, I kind of hate me too.
You know what my biggest gripe? Privileged people like you.
I should be. Oh, and then I was bitching about the homeless people. So, wow.
Oh, you did.
I'm an asshole.
You're a major asshole.
I'm such an asshole. Oh, and by the way, like this fucking channel.
Yeah, like this channel. Subscribe if you'd like to. Right? Hold on. You missed a couple of...
Please tell me y'all are nicer people than I am.
No, everyone in the chat is nicer than you are.
Okay.
Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy says, Betty White. If I banged her, she would snap in half. No. Betty White is not bangable.
Betty White has that cute little old lady essence to her. Like you just want to pinch her cheeks.
She smells like the first 13 colonies. No. I am not going to bang her.
Okay, that's the quote of the night. Bashful says men should have to deal with periods. That's my gripe.
Oh, I deal with them. I just don't have them.
Okay, you know what? I will end you.
I totally deal with them.
I will end you so hard.
Yeah, Bashful, you don't think we don't deal with them? Harumph.
Oh, David, the producer.
Well, that's all I know.
Well, okay. So something common that we all can gripe about,
yes.
Technology.
See, this is where you and I split.
Again.
Well, no, I'm not just trying to be
divisive.
Divisive against this conversation, but go fuck yourself. Technology rocks. Except for one thing. Social media can suck it.
Social media is the worst.
Yes.
And I think the name itself is an oxymoron because there's really nothing social about all this online nonsense that we're doing. Being social is being in public and greeting somebody and interacting. Being online is just, it's a poor replacement.
I just don't like that just people all day long are screaming, not even at each other.
Just into the wind.
Over each other.
Yeah.
And around each other.
Social media does not encourage discourse. As much as all of these companies want to claim that they do, it's really one person throwing ideas out there and nobody actually listening. They just react.
Jerry says, social media can suck it. Said the couple using social media platform known as YouTube. Yeah.
Well, we've already admitted
well,
to being assholes,
the reality
Jerry.
is, YouTube, I look at it as actually a little bit different. I don't think it has that same level of where it's back and forth and screaming and yelling, where like a Twitter and a Facebook is more of a direct. Because you have to put something out there for people to react to.
The
right?
distinction being, if you look at different video platforms, so YouTube, I feel, is more of a broadcast platform, whereas something like TikTok is more of a social media platform because it's just it's word vomit, it's video vomit. There isn't the engagement. If you'll look, we do have a chat and people are commenting in it.
And everyone has been awesome.
Yeah. It's a little different. I think it's a fine line, but there's definitely more room for conversation here than there is on,
I think so, especially when you find your audience, right? So it's it's a one-to-many environment. It's not many-to-many like Twitter and Facebook.
Right.
So it's really freaking odd. I don't know.
And it is more deliberate also. You have to literally sit down and watch this and, participate in it. Whereas, something on Facebook just like rolls past your eyes.
Oh, and by the way, Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy says, Krista Gale, yeah, I would totally take a run at her. All right.
Oh, all right. Good point.
All right. I've been corrected.
Also calls out Dolly Parton, but she wears wigs and they're mostly blonde.
Yes, if she took her wig off, it would be a problem. But even that rack, even at the age she's at now, it's crazy.
Speaking of racks,
yes,
we've been watching Mad Men. Right. I know we're very late to the party.
Very late.
But the redhead, I forget her name.
But I just call her redhead or Tits. Tits McGee.
Tits McGee.
Yeah.
She is a knockout.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, like it just impressively so, and they always dress her so incredibly well. She's a hell of a gal right there.
Yep. Larry says, my gripe, people who don't appreciate Tammy and the T-Rex. There you
go. So speaking of, I had Joe Bob Briggs and The Last Drive-In on while Larry was in town, and he got to see part of the movie Tammy and the T-Rex. It's a drive-in cult movie. It's fantastic. It's about a guy whose brain is stolen and inserted into the body of an animatronic T-Rex. And it's hysterical. It also has Denise Richards in it.
Which she was young in that one.
She certainly was, yes. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm saying it's a fucking perfect movie.
Oh, Sister Donna Cantor is here. And by the way, I did see Anthony Redneck Way of Life earlier, but we were just right in the middle of something. So great to see you both here.
Thank you for
she
joining
called
us.
us gorgeous.
Oh,
I'm not even on camera.
But your voice, it just coats the crowd in velvety goodness.
You want more pans? Is that what you want?
No, I have enough pans. Thank you very much.
I thought so.
Do you want more shoes?
Yes, I would.
Y'all, I think it's about time we wrap this train wreck up. Now, exciting news for next week. Our topic will be movie time. And we're going to be talking about all of our favorite and most hated movies on the planet. And coming up later on in the show, we're going to be joined by the Kevins.
The Kevins, Kevin Israel and Kevin Goatee.
They're from the Gutting the Sacred Cow podcast, and they're going to be joining us to dish dirt on the movies they don't like. So
Yes.
Cannot wait for that. I hope y'all will join us. Now,
and by the way, Kevin has a show on Amazon Prime right now. Comedians watching comedy.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I needed bourbon.
No, that's all right.
So,
easy
y'all.
for you to say.
I'm a lady. Thank you for joining us. We've had a great crew of people hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for joining us, including our little bestie, Jerry, who is always a treat. Kellyanne Company and Container Man, thanks
Jimmy
for being
C,
here.
Donna Cantor.
Jimmy C, the Guardian of Chaos, and the crew that he brought with him, including the Guardian of Chaos Big Daddy. Who else do we have?
We have Whiskey Ace, which I didn't see pop in here.
We had Whiskey Ace here, and we had Blended Whiskey, and Patrick Fulmer. Will
Larry
from the Whiskey Crusaders was here as well. Larry, of course, thanks for joining us.
OG Breck.
Did I mention Bashful? I don't know if I did, but thank you for being here. Who else do we have hanging with us? Elder. Cheers to you. Thanks for making it. Bill Trudell also.
This is like Romper Room at the end.
I know, right? Everybody gets a star. The Billy D's podcast was here as well, so cheers to you. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of people. The chat's just like rolling by me right now.
Yes. Did you see?
I know Dr. Fish was here also, and a bunch of his pals were here earlier as well, so we appreciate you. I think that's about it, y'all. So thanks for being here. Don't forget, next Monday, 7 p.m., we'll be doing this whole crazy train wreck again. And I have a podcast. It's called The Unwritable Rant. It's bourbon-soaked storytelling, far, far more sensical than this episode. But I tell all sorts of crazy stories about my life. So I hope you will check that out. You can find it right here on YouTube. And one last plea to subscribe to the channel and like this fucking video. And on that note, cheers, y'all. You're still here? It's over. Go home.